the kingdom of Murtana, united by King Robar II. During the long years of his reign, he was able to defeat all foes of his realm. All except one. The war against the orcs took its toll, and the prisoners of the realm were to pay the price. The king needed swords for his army, and every man guilty of a crime, no matter how insignificant, was forced to work in the ore mines of Khorinis. To make it impossible for them to escape, the king sent out the best magicians of the kingdom to create a magic barrier around the entire valley. I was one of them. Something disturbed the delicate structure of magic. We were trapped inside our own barrier. 1 second of negligence was enough for the prisoners. Khorinis was now under the control of the convicts. The king had no choice. He had to negotiate. He needed the ore. Month after month, the king supplied everything the prisoners needed. Month after month, they brought the ore to the edge of the barrier in exchange. Until the present day. Another convict was brought to the cliff. He did not know, but he would change everything.
In the name of King Robar II, bearer of the scepter of Verant, I sentence this convict to...
Stop! Convict, I've got an offer to make you. This letter must reach the leader of the Magicians of Fire.
You're wasting your time.
You may choose your own reward. They'll give you anything you ask for.
Very well, I'll take your letter. On one condition. Spare me the rest of his nonsense.
How dare you!
Keep silent. Right, send him in.
Welcome to the colony.
That's enough. Leave him alone. And now scram. Get up. I'm Diego.
I'm
not interested in who you are. You've just arrived. I look after the new arrivals. That's all for now. If you plan to stay alive for a while, you should talk to me. But of course, I won't keep you from choosing your own destruction. Well, what do you think?
Okay, what do I need to know about this place?
We call it the colony. You'll know already that we produce ore for the king. Well, at least we do, in the old camp. There are 3 camps within the barrier. The old camp is the biggest, and it was the first.
How do I get to the old camp?
You just follow this path. The old camp is the next reasonably safe-looking place you'll come across. There are a lot of wild beasts between the camps. You'd be mad to walk around without a weapon.
Where do I get a weapon?
When you get to the old mine, have a look around. I'm sure you'll find something useful. The mine is easy to find. It's just a few meters along the canyon.
Why did you help me?
Because you needed help. Otherwise, Bullet and his boys might have killed you. And I couldn't just stand by and watch, because I came all this way to make a suggestion.
A suggestion?
Yes. After this little incident with Bullet and his guys, you should be aware now that you need protection. Everyone who arrives here has a choice. There are 3 camps in the colony, and you'll have to join one of them. I'm here to show the new ones that the old camp is the best place for them.
Where's Bullet now?
He and the others bring the goods from the outside world into the camp. You'll find him there, but if you plan to fight him, be careful. He's an experienced warrior.
I have a letter for the High Magician of the Circle of Fire.
Really?
I was given it by a mage shortly before they threw me in here.
You're lucky I can't afford to show my face around the mages anymore. Anyone else would gladly slit your throat for that letter. That's because the mages pay their couriers a lot, and most people here don't have anything. If I were you, I'd shut up until I met one of the mages. Although in your situation, that's not likely to happen.
Why not?
The mages are in the castle in the old camp. Only Gomez's people are allowed to enter the castle.
Who's Gomez?
Gomez is the most powerful ore baron. He's the boss of the old camp, the most powerful man in the colony.
Let's assume I want to join his people. What do I need to do?
At the gate of the castle, you'll find a man called Thoris. Tell him Diego sent you.
Thanks for your help.
We'll meet in the old camp.
The kingdom of Murtana united.
I'm Diego.
I'm
not interested in who you are. You've just arrived. I look after the new arrival. If you plan...
okay. How do
You... When... What? Yeah, I'm...
Where...
He...
I have...
The... Go... At...
Thanks for your help.
We'll...
watch what you tell people. Rely on somebody, you're in trouble. As long as I... You have to watch what you tell people.
You're hunting, aren't you?
Looks like it. What do you want?
Do you have some hints for the hunt?
I could teach you a few things, but everything has its price.
Which would be how much?
A good gulp of beer will do to start with. Then we'll see.
Here you are. Take a beer and tell me about hunting.
Scavengers. That's what we call the big birds. Should be attacked one after the other. It's easy to lure single scavengers from the pack. If you come too close, they'll become irritated. After a while, they'll storm in your direction. At this point, you should be waiting for them with a raised weapon. If you manage to strike the beast before it hits you, you have to keep fighting. Then you'll be able to defeat the creature without being hurt yourself. If it hits you first, well, just don't let him.
What else can you tell me about hunting?
A lot, but it'll cost you more than a beer. If you know how, you can take the creature's teeth, claws, and skin. It's hard to get them, but they are valuable. At least every merchant will trade those things with you.
You're demanding a lot for your advice.
Possibly, but you can earn a lot of ore with this knowledge. All the animals you kill without knowing how to cut them up will just rot away. That's a wasted opportunity of skinning them and selling the fur at a high price. If I were you, I'd try to gain this knowledge as soon as possible.
Hey, you.
What do you want?
I want to warn you. If you continue this way, you'll be entering our hunting ground.
Why is this area so dangerous?
You've just arrived, haven't you? There are different areas in this colony which are all more or less dangerous. The paths between the camps are quite safe, but even there you might come across some wolves which look on you as easy prey. And that's exactly what you are until you get a proper weapon and armor.
Where can I get better equipment?
The nearest place is that old camp. Just follow the path that brought you here. But you can get the stuff cheaper in our new camp, provided you know the right people. If you go to the old camp, ask for Mordrag. He's one of us. For just a little ore, he'll sell you the proper goods.
Tell me more about the areas of the colony.
If you travel between the camps, you'll need a map to distinguish paths and dead ends. Dead ends often lead you to dangerous canyons where you encounter creatures you'd better avoid. Do not enter the old ruins. There are too many around here, and most of them are old fortifications dating back to the time of the First Orc War. Some are abandoned orc dwellings. There are often orcs in those ruins, or even worse creatures. I'd avoid those places, especially at night. And one more hint, don't go into the forest.
Where do I get a map?
Ask the people in the old camp. There's a cartographer living there. Maybe you can steal one of his maps. If you manage to do it, take one from me as well.
If I manage to get them without paying, I'll take as many as I can carry.
You're all right. You should consider coming to the new camp. In case you go there, ask for Lars. He takes care of the new ones. I'm sure he'll have a job for you.
Thanks for your help.
Don't go thinking everyone's gonna be so friendly, kid. There may not be much in a newcomer's pockets, but some folks would even beat you up for a pickaxe.
I'll keep it in mind.
That won't happen again.
I don't
doubt it's ever likely to change.
You have to watch what you tell people. You have to watch what you tell people.
As long as
People always talk.
it was obvious there would be trouble. Lucky for you, but I would have enjoyed polishing.
Where do you think you're going?
To the camp.
You ain't come to make trouble, have you?
Diego says I'm to meet him in the camp.
Okay, in you go then.
But keep it to yourself. People don't need to know about it.
But keep it to yourself. People don't need to...
There must...
Wait. Hang on, better...
I better keep on. That won't happen again.
Tell me something about the old camp.
It's the biggest and most powerful of the three camps. Gomez and his guys control the camp and thereby the whole ore trade. Once a month, the king sends us everything we need. We've got the old guy in our grip, you understand? He sends us wine, bread, meat, weapons, everything. You can also get some of it. All you have to do is join Gomez's people.
What about the two other camps?
The two other camps split up to pursue their crazy escape plans. There's the new camp in the west of the colony, where the mages think they can just detonate the barrier as soon as they've scraped enough ore together. And then there's the sect loonies in the east. Their camp is in the middle of the swamp, and they're praying to their idol to set them free. He hasn't responded so far. If I were you, I wouldn't waste my time on those madcaps.
Hang on, better not go rushing into anything.
Tell me more about the barrier.
There isn't much to tell. It's impenetrable.
What happens if I just walk out of here?
The last one who tried that reached the other side a dead man. This damn barrier lets you in, but you'll never get out of here.
If there's a way out, I'll find it.
You're already in a rush to get out of here? But you've only just arrived.
Take care.
If you think.
As long as I'm not involved.
Maybe.
Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes.
I thought that had been cleared up ages ago.
You shouldn't believe everything you
There must be something about that story after all.
That's how it goes.
Same old story every time.
Hang on. Better not go rushing into anything.
If you think.
Let's talk about something else.
You don't look as though you'd just let anyone get into the castle.
Only Gomez's men are allowed in the castle.
Story every time.
Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how
I want to work for Gomez.
Oh, yeah? And what makes you think Gomez will be interested in having you work for him?
gone very differently.
There was a time when things would have gone very differently. I'm not involved.
Diego says you decide who Gomez is interested in.
Huh? If Diego thinks you're okay, why doesn't he take care of you? Look, let me explain. Diego's gonna test you. If he thinks you're good enough, I'll let you into the castle to see Gomez. Whatever happens after that is up to you, okay?
I'll talk to Diego.
Let's talk about something else instead.
Let's talk about something else instead. You're very probably right.
Not listening to all the blathering anymore.
I've talked to Thoris.
And what did he say?
He says that I can join the old camp if you think that I'm good enough.
Looks like I have myself a new job.
Do we start right now?
First, there are a few things you should know.
What do I have to know to be accepted in the old camp?
If you want to join the camp, you'll have to earn some brownie points. There are a few influential people in the outer ring. Most of them are shadows. If you manage to impress them, it'll earn you a few brownie points. Then you'll have to stand the test of faith. Besides, there are a lot of skills every new arrival has to learn. The more you learn, the more valuable you'll be for us.
I thought that'd be cleared up
It
ages
was
ago.
obvious that there would be trouble ahead.
Very clever.
What's the test of faith?
You have to go to the old mine. There you'll meet a guy called Ian. He'll give you a list. This list is important. It contains all the items the guys in the mine need from us. They'll get the stuff with the next convoy.
No problem.
Yes, there is a problem. The new camp must not get that list. Like I said, the list is important. If you do it right, you'll get much further.
Some people never learn. You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
I wouldn't like to be an issue.
Some people
If the list is so important, why should Ian give it to me?
Because you're going to tell him Diego sent you.
I'll tell him.
If you think, let's talk about something.
Where can I find the old mine?
Go to Graham. He's a cartographer. Tell him that I sent you and that you need a map. It'll show you the way to the mine. He lives to the left of the north gate.
Hang on, better not go rushing into anything. Rely on somebody and you're in trouble.
Take care.
That's how it goes.
People always talk. I'd better keep out of it.
I'd better. Well, there was.
New here, are you? I don't know your face. I'm Sly. I have a job on offer for a newcomer.
You have a job for me? What is it?
One of our guards has disappeared. He's called Neck. He might have gone over to the new camp. You're new here, and you'll get around quite a lot, so keep your eyes peeled. If you find him, I'll speak up for you in the camp.
You're very probably right. You have to watch what you tell people.
I'll see if I can find him.
If you meet Fletcher, ask him about Neck. He's taken over his district since Neck disappeared.
Where will I find him?
His district is the district of the arena.
Let's talk about something else instead. Some people never learn. Maybe.
I'm not listening to all the blathering. Into anything. Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes.
Hey, man. I'm Fisk.
Probably right.
I trade goods of all kinds. If you ever need anything, you're in the right place here.
That won't happen again.
Have you got armor for me as well?
Well, I'm sure that I can satisfy you.
It was obvious that
There was
there
a
would be
time when
trouble
things
out
would have gone very differently.
You're very probably right. As long as I'm not.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
Hey, you! I trade in swamp weed and potions from the sect camp. Do you want something?
What is swamp weed?
New here, are you? You can smoke it. Very relaxing for most of us.
Some people never learn.
I want to join the camp. I want to become a shadow.
Oh, you're looking for a chance to prove your worth? Good. You can do me a favor. If you do it well, I'll speak up for you in front of Diego.
What is it?
In the sect camp, there's a man called Kalam, quite a big shot. One of the gurus of the sect. Kalam is an alchemist. He has the recipe for an effective healing potion. I'd like to buy the recipe off him. Then I can produce it myself. But nobody can get near Kalam.
And what do you expect me to do?
The sect loonies are looking for new people all the time. You're new here. Just pretend you want to be recruited. Kalam is one of the gurus. That means he checks the new candidates. If you get in touch with him, try to get the recipe. Whether you want to pay for it or you don't, I don't care.
The worst shit.
Some people never learn. That wasn't very clever. I thought that had been cleared up ages ago. Never learned.
Okay, I'll see if I can get the thing.
As long as I'm not involved.
Maybe.
Where is the sect camp?
Leave the camp through the south exit, then head eastwards. You'd better take a map. I got one here for 50 ore.
The south exit is the collapsed tower, isn't it?
Exactly.
I wouldn't like to be in his shoes, though.
Show me your goods.
I got the best stuff here.
Cleared up ages ago.
Let's talk about something else instead.
Keep it to yourself. People don't need to know it. I thought that had been cleared up ages ago. As long as I'm not.
Totally idiotic.
As long as I'm not involved.
Same old story every time. As long as I go rushing into anything. People always talk. Keep it to yourself.
It was obvious that there would be trouble ahead.
Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes. People always talk. Maybe.
It was obvious that there would be trouble ahead.
You have to watch what you tell people.
And you're in trouble.
That's what's happening.
People never learn. People always talk.
Rely on somebody and you're in trouble.
That
That's
wasn't
how
very
it goes.
clever. You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Same old story every time.
You have to watch what you tell people.
The worst shit.
About that story
It's not really my problem.
That's really not my problem.
Some people never learn.
That wasn't very clever.
There must be something about that.
You're very probably right.
I doubt
I thought that it
As I'm not involved.
it was obvious that there would be trouble. I wouldn't like to be in his shoes.
was
though.
obvious that there would be trouble.
People don't. You gotta watch what you. I'd better keep out of it. I'm not listening to all the blathering anymore.
I wouldn't like to.
Obvious that there would be trouble ahead. That won't happen again. There must be something about that story after all.
Tell people.
Wasn't very clever.
I wouldn't like to be in his shoes. It was obvious that there would be trouble ahead. Maybe, but who? It was obvious that there would be
Hey man, new here? I haven't seen you before. I'll join you for a while, if you don't mind. I'm sure you'll need a friend.
Get lost.
You're not in a good mood today, are you? I better come with you. Tell me, where are we going? Or is it supposed to be a surprise? I like surprises.
I am new here.
Just arrived, have you? I'm Grim. I haven't been here for long either. I was thrown in with the load before you.
What's life like here?
Easy going. As long as you pay your share of protection money to the guards.
What do I have to do if I want to get admitted to this camp?
Well, first of all, you have to become a shadow. Therefore, you have to find somebody who supports you, somebody who explains everything to you and takes responsibility for you. If I was you, I'd try to keep close to Diego. I did it like that. He's quite all right. He'll make you take the test of faith. That's different from everybody. Then there'll be some other smaller tasks from other shadows. If you manage them, you'll be with us.
And how far have you got with your tests?
I've already talked to Dexter and Sly and Fingers. They are some of the most influential shadows here in the camp.
That's not really my problem. That's not really my problem. I'd better keep out of it.
What was your test of faith?
I can't tell you, man. You have to be silent about things like that here.
I thought that'd be cleared up ages ago. You shouldn't believe
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Hey, you.
Are you talking to
I'm
me?
warning you, people like you can get into trouble awfully quick round here. And most of the guys they chuck in here are bastards. They think they can do what they like to you, but we won't allow that. Gomez wants some peace in the camp, and we guards make sure he gets it. But it's a job that doesn't come cheap. That's why I'm asking you for some ore. Look on it as a kind of token of friendship. You help us, and we'll help you. If you get in trouble, we'll be there for you.
Same old story every time.
Into anything. Rely on somebody, you're in trouble.
As long as I'm not involved.
Is that a threat?
On the contrary, it's an offer of friendship.
Maybe.
People always talk. You think?
You mean you want
Having
me to
your
pay
own way,
protection
kid.
money?
You'll soon
No,
regret
thanks.
turning
I can
down a
take care of
friendly
myself.
offer.
Maybe. You have to watch what you tell people.
See ya.
Take care of yourself, kid.
There must be something about that.
Don't pay attention to me. I'll stay with you, don't worry.
People always talk.
Hi, I'm new here.
I'm Graham. I draw maps. I haven't seen you here before. What do you want?
Diego sent me. He asked you to give me a map with a route to the old mine.
No problem. For you, only 20 ore.
I'll pay for the map.
Okay.
Here,
You'll never
take
get a
the
map
ore.
like this that cheap, believe me.
Don't you have any plan of where you want to go?
It was odd.
Things would have gone very differently.
You're probably right.
Some people never learn.
Issues, though.
You're very probably right.
You shouldn't believe everything.
I'm not listening to all that blathering.
As long as I'm not involved.
Take care.
Not really my problem.
Everything you hear.
That's how it...
Maybe.
But keep it to yourself. People don't need to know it.
I'd better keep out of it. But keep it to yourself.
That's really
People
not my
don't need
problem.
to know it.
You're probably right.
I'm not listening to your blathering anymore.
There was a time when things would have gone very differently.
I'm not
If you
listening
think.
to your blathering anymore.
I doubt. Same old stuff.
I'm not listening to all that blathering.
Some people. You're probably right.
Same old story every time.
You better not stay here. The orc land starts behind that barricade.
Is it dangerous?
Let me put it like this. You may as well give me all your ore before you go out there and let the orcs rip you to ribbons.
I think it might be best if I just turn back.
Pity. I'd have loved to take care of your ore.
What are you doing out here?
I'm a hunter. Above all, I hunt scavengers.
Where will I get a bow?
Here, I sell the best bows in the old camp.
Show me your goods. Can you teach me something about hunting?
That depends. What do you want to know?
What are you doing here?
I'm a hunter. I make a living out of selling skins and teeth.
Does it pay?
If you know how to cut up the beast the right way, yeah.
I want to learn how to cut up animals.
What do you want to know?
How do I get the teeth?
I want to see some ore first. Like I said, everything has its price. I want to see some ore first. Like I said, everything has its price.